to the Unacademy live platform. My name is Arifa Zahir, and today I welcome you to my class on the essay introduction. So let's check and see if there's everyone in the class and who are there in the class, in fact, and if all of you can hear me clearly. Hi guys. Let's check and see if there's everyone in the class and who are there in the class, in fact, and if all of you can hear me clearly. Hi guys. Let's check and see if there's everyone in the class and who are there in the class, in fact, and if all of you can hear me clearly. Hi guys. Let's check and see if there's everyone in the class and who are there in the class, in fact, and if all of you can hear me clearly. Hi guys. Can all of you hear me clearly? Is my voice audible now? Yes? Alright guys. Okay, I hope there's no echoing and everything's good. There we begin. Good evening everyone. Today's class is on essay introduction, writing made easy, and today's class will be looking at two very important things: the opinion essay introduction and also the errors that we make while writing it. So let's have a look and see what we are going to cover in today's class. To begin with, my Telegram and Instagram handle are both the same. It is IELTS with Arifa, and yes, so if you are not following me already, this is the place that you should be following me at. My referral code is BE Trainers, so if you would like to subscribe to the Unacademy platform, this is the referral code that you should be going for. Now, why would you take a referral code? Unacademy provides a lot of different opportunities to make the most of for its students. Now, firstly, a subscription, which is very required in order to attend the classes. You will be able to attend these live classes only if you are a subscriber. And why should you take a subscription? One subscription, unlimited access, learn from your favorite teacher, real-time interaction with teacher, you can ask doubts in live class, limited students, and download the videos and watch them on live offline in case of YouTube videos. So these are the different ways in which you can make the most of the subscription that you would be availing of. And why the referral code? Because of course only if you use the referral code you will be getting a 10% off a discount. And in my case, my referral code is BE Trainers. Use this code if you would like to take a subscription. Now, there are 5 different types of subscription that Unacademy provides, starting from 1 month to 3 months to 6 months to 12 to 24 months. For all of these, you can already see that there's a discount provided. If you would like a further 10% off, the place to go to would be the Unacademy page and using my referral code. Now let's begin today's class. Today's topic is of course writing task 2, opinion essays. Now the writing module structure is divided into task 1 and task 2. Task 1 basically looks at the report writing for academic students and the letter writing for the GT students. Task 2 is a discursive piece for an educated reader, which basically means an essay. Now, there are 2 types of essays in the IELTS examination, basically 2 clear categories in the IELTS examination. One type of essay is your opinion essay, and the other kind of essay is everything else that comes in the other type, from problem solution to both the views, to the two-part essay. So all of these which do not have an opinion come under the category of the second part. Now, why is the opinion essay specially categorized and specially mentioned? There is a catch there, and let me share that with you. Writing task 2, you definitely know, carries way more marks than writing task 1. Writing task 1 is only 1/3 of the total marking scheme, and writing task 2 is 2/3. Now, before we look at the assessment criteria, the thing that I would like to share with you is why the opinion essay is different. Now, the opinion essay is different from all the other types of essays because apart from the general statement and the paraphrase that you generally do with other essays, in the opinion essay you add an extra bit, which is the thesis statement, and then write the outline. Now, I will be mentioning about each one of these in the slides ahead, but it's very important to understand that the thesis and outline can overlap. You can write the outline and amalgamate it with the thesis, or write the thesis and the outline separately. Now, the thing to understand here is it is important to mention the thesis statement, because if you're not going to mention the thesis statement, you will not be able to get a complete marks in your examination, because remember, at the end of the day, it is an opinion essay. Now, the IELTS writing task 2 is categorically divided into 4 categories. You need to score in each one of these to get a higher band score. Content, task achievement, organization, cohesion and correlation, lexical resource, vocabulary, and grammatical range and accuracy. So these are the 4 categories under which you would be scoring your marks in the IELTS writing task 2. Now, the thing to remember out here is content, organization, lexical and grammatical range and accuracy are not as simple as they look. To understand more about the assessment criteria, you can watch my live recorded class which was done earlier last month, where the whole idea about the assessment criteria has been explained properly. And to know more, to understand how the assessment criteria influences your writing more, attend my live classes, because every time I explain each and everything there, and each of the 4 areas is worth a quarter of the total marks. Alright, now the essay structure. An essay is generally an introduction, main body para 1, main body para 2 and conclusion. Now, the thing to understand out here is you can have opinion in a lot of these type of essays. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so agree disagree is a clear categorization of an opinion essay. Advantage and disadvantages are also sometimes opinion essays. You would be asked to give your opinion. Generally, problem and solution does not have an opinion, just asks you for the problem and tells you to give solutions. But discuss both the views, also could have an opinion. So definitely these 3 types of essays would be relevant if you are doing an opinion essay type, and so that means that you will have to use the thesis statement. Alright, now let's look ahead. I think I'll change the color of the pen. Better, yes. Now, the common problem that students face is they talk too generally about the topic. Most of these essays start off with nowadays or in modern life, followed by the general information about the topic. In my opinion, this is the worst start you can possibly make. Remember that you're supposed to answer the question, not write generally about the topic. It's very important to look at the general statement as just one statement and not mention too many things right there in the introduction. Remember, the general statement is a neutral statement which is right there at the beginning, and that does not mean that the whole intro is going to be about the general statement. Post that, what you do is you write the paraphrase of the question. Now, that is where it needs to be absolutely specific and it should be a complete paraphrasing of the question and not like a lot of extra information mentioned. I think a lot of you, when you initially start with the IELTS writing task 2 introduction, you tend to do this error, you tend to make this error. So this is something that you need to be very, very careful of. Now, not including a thesis statement. This is the most important sentence in the essay. Not including one will lose you marks in several different ways. I will tell you more about this now right below. Not counting what you're going to do, not outlining what you're going to do. Now, thesis statement, outline statements is something that is mentioned in every IELTS writing task 2 activity. Now, why are these so important, and why repeatedly the educator reminds you when you're doing your IELTS essays in the live classroom? Is because you tend to get into a habit, and habits are difficult to break. So if you maintain a good habit, if you inculcate a good habit, you are going to take that with you to the examination hall, and also even when the environment is really stressed out, you will not let go of this habit. But if you get into the habit of skipping the theses or skipping the outline, which I often see being done by students, you will face a problem in the examination, because under crux situations, what happens is our minds tends to get distracted and we tend to forget important details. So this is a very important thing, and I hope all of you are going to be extra careful with the introduction different parts. Another thing is trying to write a hook or be entertaining. Please don't do that. IELTS writing task 2 is not your 600 words essay. Please note that. Don't begin with some idea in a quotation or writing in flowery language. Refrain from all those habits. Be very, very careful, guys. That can be absolutely dangerous for you. And using an informal style, I hope all of you know what using an informal style is. Using an informal style would be absolutely dangerous for all of you. That would be usage of idioms, words like wanna, gonna, and also casual words. So be careful of that. Know your audience. You're expected to write in an academic style. The examiner is out there to check your IELTS writing task 2 formal writing. Alright? Now let's move ahead. Now we'll have a look at a good example and a bad example of an introduction. This is the question. Now, when I talk about the good example, what I generally mean is talking about a good part of the IELTS writing task 2. Introduction, and bad example is writing a bad part of the IELTS introduction writing task 2 is as simple and as obvious as what has been mentioned. Now the thing to remember out here is when we are talking about a good part and a bad part, we are not generally trying to tell you that some certain intros are good or certain intros are bad. What is being tried to explain out here is certain intros fetch more marks, while there are other intros which will not only distract you, but you will also land up getting confused by what you yourself have written. Now this is the question, and let's have a look at the relevant examples. Now this is a good intro. I want all of you to take a screenshot of the question before you look at the intro. Now, there is a good deal of evidence that increasing car use is contributing to global warming and having other undesirable effects on people's health and well-being. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? Now, this particular question out here very clearly mentions there is a good deal of evidence that increasing car use is contributing to global warming and having other undesirable effects on people's health and well-being. So please do not forget this part of the question. It's equally important to understand that sometimes we get carried away and we just look at the first part of the question and think the other one is an example. Sometimes they are examples, while at other times they are an extended part of the question. Rising global temperatures and human health and fitness issues are often viewed as being caused by the expanding use of automobiles. This essay agrees that increasing use of motor vehicles is contributing to rising global temperatures and certain health issues. Firstly, this essay will discuss the production of greenhouse gases by vehicles, and secondly, it will discuss other toxic chemicals released by internal combustion engines. Now, two things that you need to understand is, firstly, the thesis statement has been given out here. I'm going to categorically mention three things. A lot of my class students will notice that temperatures has been written out here, whereas temperature is a singular noun. Now, the thing is, you need to understand out here that it has been quantified. Can you see the quantification? Yes, rising global temperatures. So it has been quantified. Firstly, that's one thing that you need to notice. The second thing is very important to understand. This is your general yes, Ali. Now the second thing to notice is it categorically mentions your thesis statement right here. Now, the third thing is the outlining is very clear here, and that is the reason why it doesn't have, and points in favor of the given topic will be mentioned in the subsequent paragraphs. Why? Because the person is absolutely clear of what they plan to write, and that is something that I repeatedly tell all of you, that you need to be, if you are clear about what points you will be writing, you can include the 2 points in the intro itself. But mostly students are a little confused about what they would go on to write and are not very sure about the keywords. In that situation, what you're going to write is, this essay agrees that increasing use of motor vehicles is contributing to rising global temperatures and certain health issues. In this essay and in the subsequent, so you don't need to write in this essay, you would be writing, and in the subsequent paragraphs the perspectives in favor of it will be discussed, full stop. Alright, I hope that's absolutely clear to each one of you, and this is how a bad intro would look like. Nowadays cars are a very popular way of getting around. Day by day many more people drive cars around, but others feel that they cause global warming. Global warming is one of the most serious issues in modern life. They also affect people's health and well-being, which is also a serious issue. Now you can notice there's no outlining, and it's generally talking again and again about the same thing. This is what you need to refrain from, and that's the reason why I always tell you, be absolutely clear in what you're trying to say. Alright? And you can see the paraphrase is right there. The synonyms are there: increasing, expanding, car use, use of automobiles, global warming, rising global temperatures, people's health and well-being, human health and fitness. As you can see, I then switch the order of the sentence around. Now when this order of the sentence is switched around, that is the time that it's easier to express what you are doing. Okay. So instead of saying there's a good deal of evidence, paraphrasing each and every word using synonyms, what has been done is global temperatures has been brought ahead, and then the paraphrasing has happened. Alright, now to understand this better, I would say that you should write your own introduction, and that will make things clearer. For anyone who is planning to get a higher band score, writing a general statement above the paraphrase would fetch you more marks. So again, that's a quick reminder. And otherwise, if you, that's for anyone who's aiming for a band score 8, 8.5, 9, and for other students who just need to get a 6.5, if you feel writing a general statement is difficult, sometimes you can skip it, but you cannot skip paraphrasing and outlining the statement and giving a thesis statement in an opinion essay. I hope that gets things absolutely clear for you. And before I move ahead, this was the thesis statement, and I've categorically marked it here for you. Before we move ahead, I'm going to revise the points for you. Points we need to know to write a crisp introduction with opinion: paraphrasing, writing a general statement. Now this is an order that generally the general statement is. So this is not in particular order, just the mentioning that the general statement is very, very important. I would say number 1, number 2, and number 3. And if you have an opinion in opinion essays, that is definitely there. Then you write the thesis statement, which can be written before or after the outline. I hope things are absolutely clear to each one of you. Give me a thumbs up if you've understood what I've been trying to tell you today. And to paraphrase questions, you need to have an idea about associate vocabulary and synonyms. It means writing down the question in your own words without changing the meaning of it. There's another example which has been given here for you. You can have a look. And that's it, guys. I am going to end the class now. There's some questions, more explanation. You can have a look at this, how to write a general statement, look at the how introductions are written, and then there is an activity for you which you can do at home. And there's some questions, so you can write the introduction to that. Both of these questions are opinion questions, so of course the thesis statement is going to be mandatory. Clear? Now, a quick revision once again before we move ahead. And these are classes which happen at 8 p.m. every day, and today's class is on past simple, past continuous, and present perfect. So I will be seeing all of you at 8 p.m. on the other side, on the Unacademy live platform, the website. In order to attend my classes, you have to be a subscriber, and if you would like to take a subscription, use my referral code BE Trainers and get a 10% off. Now, I am going to do a quick review and write it down for you. General statement, paraphrase, thesis statement, and outline statement. So, very categorically, GS, paraphrase, thesis, outline. If it's an opinion essay, this is what you need to focus on. So that's it, guys. Thank you for being a part of the class, and have a good day, the remaining bit of it at least, and see you at 6 p.m. Bye for now. See you at 8 p.m. Yeah.